Hi everyone, so today I will be showing you how I made this desk organizer. I had this Lego box of my kids with me and we planned to recycle it. I will cut the top part of this box and I'll be using the bottom part of it. See, the top part we're not going to discard that. We'll be using it to make the dividers for the box. So we will measure the depth of it and the length of the box, and we will be cutting the dividers accordingly. So it depends actually if you want to make your organizer with two separations or with 4, 5, it's all up to you. I decided that I wanted one big and two small. So this is how I made this. Then what I did was I wanted to paint the box, so I used this primer. I will prime the box with it first, and then I will go in and use acrylic paints to paint it. Now why did I use this? Because when I was trying to paint directly on the paper, it was not giving a full coverage to it. So I decided that it will be better if I use a primer, a gesso primer on top of it, and then I use paint. So that way I will be covering the box entirely. And I used the strokes, rough strokes basically, because I wanted to give it, I didn't want a smooth finishing to it. As you can see, I wanted some texture on the box. So when I'll be painting, you'll be able to see these lines, this texture on the box, and it's not going to be plain. So I will use this. This is the blue shade that I'll be using. There's water in the box, and later on I realized that there was a lot of water, so I had to add a lot of paint to it. But if you can see that now that I've started painting, these textured lines are quite visible, and this is what gave it a very different feel to the box. It was looking really cool. So I would advise you all that if you want to add some texture, so this is how you can do it. You can use anything basically. If you don't want to use a gesso primer, you can go in, use some glue and leave it for drying and then paint on top of it. But again, what I felt was that I was not getting a full coverage, so that's the reason mainly why I was using the primer. And when I started using it, I decided to give a texture to my box. So we will color these dividers also and make sure that these edges are also painted, because if you will miss out these edges, they will show from the top. Okay, so remember to paint it all. I left it for drying basically for around 4 or 5 hours. Then I flipped it over and I started painting inside. Remember to turn over all the extra material in your box, like I have the flaps and everything, and glue it down properly. You can also cover this box with a cloth or with a wrapping paper to make life easier if you're not into painting. I love to paint, so I decided that I will be painting the box. Then I decided that I wanted to use this ribbon. You can use any. You want to make a fancy ribbon, go ahead, use pearls, use stickers, artificial flowers. You can go ahead and do whatever, but this I was making for my boys, so I could not use a lot of embellishments. So I decided to use this because the box was looking really plain and I wanted to add a second color to it. So using a hot glue gun, I'll be gluing this ribbon on all 4 sides of the box, top and bottom. Yay! Then we'll be gluing down the dividers. I added a red ribbon on these dividers also on the top part of it to make it a little bit more fancy, and went on to add some hand stamped images of a spaceship and an alien. Hope you like it. Thank you.